If you want to lose all of your money on prize picks, then scroll away from this video and do not listen to what I'm about to say. If you want to lose all of your money, scroll away right now. Do not listen to what I'm about to say because it's going to be too much free value to help you win money on prize picks long term. So those of you that like to win money, I'm going to go ahead and break down exactly what one of these picks yesterday in a 6-pick flex here for you today on the channel. The reason that I'm going to do it in a 6-pick flex, we'll open up my Discord right now for free. I'm going to give you a ton of free value to start this video off today. If you listen, it's going to be very helpful. Here is what I teach. Got a lot of comments yesterday, a lot of comments in general of people saying, this guy doesn't ever win, yada, 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 yada. I'm playing 5 and 6 pick flexes on this channel only. Why am I doing that? Here we go. You only have to sweep 2 out of every 46 mans to still be very profitable on prize picks if you're managing your bankroll properly. Let's do some simple math here, guys. I'm John. I play $100 units on Prizepicks. A unit is the amount of money I put on each ticket. In order to play 46 mans, I have to put in $4,000, right? That's a $4,000 investment. If I sweep just 2 of these, every time I sweep in a 6-pick flex on Prizepicks, it is 25x my money. I'm going to win $2,500 every sweep, right? So I had to put in $4,000. I swept twice. All the other 38 in this example, I lost. I'm up $1,000. I just played 40 tickets. I only won 2 of them as far as a sweep. The people in the comments say only all 6 correct count as a win in the YouTube comments, right? Understandable. We gotta be perfect on here. In this example, it is a worst case example. All 38 tickets are complete losing tickets. If you get 4 out of 6 correct on prize picks or 5 out of 6, you're getting money back. You're getting 0.4x of your money back if you go 4 out of 6, and you're getting 5. If you're getting 5 out of 6 correct, you're getting 2x your money back, right? That adds to the end profit. The same rule is going to apply if in a larger sample size. If I play $100 units in order to play 80 tickets, it's an $8,000 investment. If I sweep 4 of those, the same hit rate we just discussed, it's $2,500 every sweep. So that's 78 losing tickets, 4 winning tickets, and I'm up 2,000. Got the free calculator. It's 2024 on the internet here, right? So we'll punch in the numbers live for you, and then we'll get into the breakdown, right? We'll get into the breakdown. But if you're really wanting to learn how to make money long term, you'll listen. If you don't want to listen, you'll scroll away and lose all your money long term, okay? So that's up to you here. Here's the example I just gave you guys. $100 units, so you have to play 46 mans, $4,000 investment, right? So we have to put that money into our Prizepicks account, and we have to put it on our tickets. So immediately, we're negative $4,000, right? Because we have to put that into our account and place it on these tickets. So immediately, we're negative 4,000. That's our entry fees, right? Beautiful. When we sweep, we get 25x our money. So in this example that I'm breaking down, right, we're playing 46 man flexes. That's $4,000, right? We're going to sweep 2 of these. So we're going to lose, completely lose, not even get 4 out of 6 correct, right? We're going to get 3 or less correct in 38 of those tickets. All right. We're only going to get 6 out of 6 correct in 2 of them. In this example, this is a worst case example to just prove to you how you don't have to be perfect to profit, okay? So we got that out of the way. We're going to add our 2 sweeps of profit in here. So every time we sweep, it's going to be $100 times 25 because we're playing $100 on each of those 40 tickets, right? So it's going to be plus 2,500 here. This is going to be 1 sweep. Boom, boom, equals negative 1,500. So that 1 sweep, we put in the 40 tickets. We hit the 1 for the 2,500. We're still in the hole to 1,500, right? Then we put in the second sweep here. We hit another sweep. We get another 6 out of 6 correct here. We get another $2,500. And boom, we're up $1,000. Okay, guys, in order to be able to profit long-term on prize picks, this is an example to just show you how you don't have to be perfect, right? If you're playing a lot of 5 and 6 pick flexes, you're going to get a lot of tickets like I did last night. Unfortunately, 5 out of 6 correct. Dakota Hudson let us down. Just didn't quite happen on the full sweep last night, but we got 5 out of 6 correct, so we're going to 2x our money. So in this example, I put in $400, I 2x my money, right? If I were to get 4 to 6 correct, I'm going to get 0.4x back. And we do that every single day over the long term. And if we're only able to get 2 sweeps, I mean, out of 40 tickets, right, you're up $1,000 if you were playing $100 in every ticket. So I'm leading the video off with an example showing you just how to truly make money on Prizepicks. This is the optimal way to play. If you are hitting your individual picks, so in this example, right, I hit my picks at an 80% rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is the other ticket that I shared on the channel yesterday for the WNBA. See, clearly things went south here. I got 3 out of 6 of the picks correct. That's a 50% hit rate. So over the long term, if I were to get 50% right every single day, I'm a little bit in the red there, all right? Well, quite a bit. We got to get that hit rate up to 55% or higher, really, okay? But as you can see, if we pull up the 2 tickets combined, 50% hit rate on this one, and then this one we're hitting like 80% of our plays. So in this example, you know, we have the 2 tickets here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a sweep, but over the long term, we keep those individual hit rate picks up at that same rate, right? We're gonna profit. So this is what I teach over in the VIP. If you're someone that's listening, hopefully that helped you out to really open up your mind as to what I'm teaching and what I'm preaching here on the channel. When I come on these videos, I'm gonna be sharing with you 1 6-pick flex that I did lock in, that I did place myself, that I did send over to the VIP for free. It's 1 ticket. It's 1 ticket a day. I'm just placing, I'm picking it, I'm sharing with you for free. And I'm breaking down what goes into the picks in those tickets, but we got to continue over the long term to keep our hit rate up. And this is how we're going to profit long term. All right, people? You get it? So anyways, check out the VIP if you haven't already. I had someone comment yesterday that they lost $2,000 on my picks on my free video yesterday. If you are someone that is playing $2,000 on Prizepicks, and you're going to my free videos and placing that amount of money, get the VIP now. If you're someone that's placing $5 here and there, you're just having some fun, looking for some free picks, perfectly acceptable. But if you're someone that's getting serious, you should not be putting $2,000 on my free video tickets. Like, that's insane. When you can just actually jump in the Discord, the VIP, get access to every single one of the tickets as soon as I place them, and over the long term be profiting with us in the premium, okay? So these free videos are trying to break down my process, explain exactly what goes into it, and just give you a sneak peek of like what it takes to be successful at this, breaking down these picks pick by pick. I'm going to be sharing with you the first 6-pick flex that I locked in, and right as I'm starting to record here, this play is going to be bumped, which is literally what's going to happen every single day when you're getting good value. So Miles Mikolos, I got at 15.5 pitching outs. He just got bumped up to 16.0, which is what happens when you get good value on Prizepicks. So let's get into the breakdown. Let's get into the free picks. Wanted to break down that look to last snippet for you in the beginning to try to help you actually make money long term on the app. If you're someone that's not interested, you just want the free picks and then play only 2 picks, because 2 picks are easier to hit. Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You just keep losing, bashing your head against the wall. And I'm going to try to help the people over in my Discord, my VIP, that actually listen, and the people on the channel that actually listen to me. Hopefully I can help you out. If you're someone that's listening, hopefully I can help you out. That's the goal, okay? So let's get into the breakdown. We got Jesus Luzardo for pick number 1. We're talking about some pitching outs here today on the MLB action. Pitching outs tends to be a prop that Prizepicks will bump quite frequently and or remove from the board. So secured some really good value here. We'll kick things off with Jesus Luzardo. We'll go ahead and put up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, guys. This is a tool that I use every single day. If you go to my YouTube community page, you see all these winning tickets, right? I talk about the VIP. I talk about everything that goes in this process, the individual picks. This is one of the tools that I use to detect this value that we are about to discuss. Our first one's going to be Jesus Luzardo. The best possible prop on the board on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is going to be over 16.5 pitching outs. Why is that? We can go ahead and refresh here. They have it at a 52.68% hit rate. It's the best possible prop on the board for him. And the reason is we have all of these different sports books with millions of dollars of data invested, all favoring his over pretty heavily here at the 16.5 line. Some actually listing him at 17.5, that being FanDuel. What these odds mean, guys, is there's millions and millions of dollars invested into these odds to determine whether a player is favored to either go over or under a line. So in this example, Pinnacle is the sharpest sports book in the world. They have the highest liquidity, the most amount of money filing through, and they also have a business model where they actually accept winning sports bettors. A lot of these apps, a lot of these sports books, when you start to win money, will either limit you or shut you down. So Pinnacle has a different model. They accept some of the best sports bettors in the world, and their model is to set the most appropriate sharp odds they possibly can. So wherever they're listing a prop, it's very significant. They have Jesus Luzardo favored over on the 16.5 pitching outs at minus 153. So that would mean in order to win $100, you'd have to risk $153. They're saying it's so likely that Jesus Luzardo is going to get 17 or more pitching outs that if you're going to take the over 16.5, we're going to make you risk a lot more than you're going to win. It's just too likely to happen, all right? So that's how sports betting odds break down. We can look at the underlying metrics as well. I'm looking at market data. I'm looking at the underlying metrics, like everything that goes into my process here. So number one, Pinnacle's heavily favoring him. Number two, Jesus Luzardo. I mean, it's pretty simple here. The Mets have been really good versus left-handed pitching, actually. So if we're going to target an over on the pitching outs, the entire video of this one's going to be based on pitching outs. So we want the guy to keep his pitch count low. We want him to get quick outs. All we care about is him getting through the game with as many outs as possible. So in order for that to happen, we want him to throw not a lot of pitches and get outs very quickly. That's how we're going to succeed on this ticket here today. So Jesus Luzardo doesn't walk any batters versus right-handed hitting, which he's going to see a lot of. There's only going to be one lefty in this lineup, and Brandon Nimmo here. In the 3 spot, only a 7% walk rate, and he limits the hard contact and the average. He's only giving up a 289 weighted on base average to those right-handed hitters and a 134 ISO, which is a isolated power metric. So this is all going to be good, right? He's been struggling a little bit more versus lefties, but he's only going to face Brandon Nimmo in the 3 spot on lefties. So we just want him to pitch very efficiently, get quick outs, get through the game. That's what all these odds are implying here. And that's going to be the first prop that I do like here on the board today. We're taking over. He's cleared this in 4 of the last 5. This really means nothing to me. We can look at his pitch count. That's going to be something we certainly do want to be looking at when it comes to pitching outs. We want the guy to be able to throw as many pitches as possible, obviously, because we want him to go over here. That's all factored in the odds as well. The pitch count, like these odds have all this stuff factored in, guys. But we're talking about a guy that can go all the way up to 100 pitches, through 100 pitches here. This game against Milwaukee, 94. As far as my projection on him tonight here, I've got Luzardo projected to throw 93 pitches. So he's going to be in the mid to lower 90s. All right, so that's going to be play number 1 here. For Jesus Luzardo, we're rocking with the over 16.5 pitching outs for him. Play number 2 is going to be Yusei Kikuchi. It's going to be the same thing, guys. It's going to be the theme of the video. We're talking about a guy that throws strikes, can get quick outs, and that's what we're looking at. And then obviously it's backed by the odds as well. All right, so Yusei Kikuchi, let's break down his underlying metrics. He's a guy on the season. He's going to be taking on this Milwaukee Brewers team. They've been really not that great against left-handed pitching. He doesn't walk anybody. Really, his only issue is he does give up a little bit of hard contact to the right-handed side, but luckily for him, there's no power in this lineup. Like all these guys, outside of Gary Sanchez, none of these guys really have been hitting for a lot of power here in this ISO category. So his one weakness we're not going to have to worry about against this lineup. And once again, we just need him to throw strikes. 5% walk rate, throw strikes, get quick outs. That's what we're looking for here. We can pull at his pitch count as well, his game logs, talk about his leash. Once again, we're going to want him to go deep into this ball game. Looking at a guy that's going to throw right around 90 all the way up to 101 at times, but probably going to be, you know, as far as my latest projection on him for his pitches, 91 pitches. So once again, the odds are going to reflect this, right? It's all going to be factored in. We can go ahead and pull up the Daily Guy Fantasy Optimizer here. Once again for Kikuchi, and you're going to see a theme here. He's going to be favored. The best possible prop on the board for Kikuchi you could take is this over 16.5 pitching outs. Why is this? Because he's favored on the over on Pinnacle, FanDuel, even money, not quite as heavy on him, but all these other sports books are. Minus 130 on the over on DraftKings, minus 135 on the over on BetMGM, minus 133 on the over on Caesars, minus 145 on the over on Fliff, okay? So, once, like I already said it, but we're targeting pitching outs in this video. We need guys to throw strikes, go right at hitters, and keep their pitch count low. Quick innings. That's all we're cheering for here tonight in this video. It just so happens these are the props with the most value, so that I'm attacking these. But for those of you that are new to baseball, that's really what we're cheering for here. Marcus Stroman taking on the Kansas City Royals here tonight, 16.5 pitching outs. Once again, there's going to be some good odds on him to go over here. We can go ahead and take a look at Marcus Stroman. Really, his only issue has been a bit of a walk rate toward with left-handed hitting on the season, I will say. It's typically, I targeted Marcus Stroman's over last time. He let us down. I'm going right back to the well. There's once again good value on it. I mean, this is a guy, I talked about it in the last video. He's made an entire MLB career off just getting ground balls and throwing strikes. He's not a high strikeout guy. He just goes at hitters, gets ground balls, throws strikes. Hasn't quite been the same story this year against the left-handed side of the plate, I will say. So we do want to be counting how many lefties are going to be in this Kansas City Royals lineup, because we would prefer him to be facing a ton of righties if at all possible. Looks like he's going to be facing 1, 2, 3 lefties. So not the worst 4 actually with Esbo in the last spot here, but you can see pretty 50-50 split. You got Garcia, that's a righty, Witt, that's a righty, Perez, that's a righty, Velasquez, that's a righty, and Lofton, that's a right-handed bat. So you know, if it was like a really left-handed heavy lineup, we're going to start to raise our eyebrows a little bit and be concerned. There's enough righties in here to where it's matching up that walk issue he's had versus lefties. I think he can still clear this line. And shocker, there's going to be market data here to back it, right? We'll go ahead and pull up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer here once again for Marcus Stroman. The best possible prop on the board for him is going to be the over 16.5 pitching outs. The Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is bringing in the sportsbook data. That's what we're looking at. If you were over to FanDuel, he's minus 146, man. You'd have to risk all the way up. You'd have to risk $146 win 100 in a Prizepicks 5 or 6 pick flex. We only have to risk minus 119. The other tool that you'll see me talk about on the channel all the time is going to be the OddsJam action over here on OddsJam, guys. They have an optimizer. They also have a sportsbook screen that I love to use because it brings in every single line on every single sports book for any prop that you'd like or any bet you'd like. So the Marcus Stroman over 16.5 pitching outs, you can see minus 146 in the over on FanDuel, minus 127 in the over on BetRivers, minus 130 on the over here on Borgata. We talked about Fliff, right? All of these different markets are charging us pretty much, you know, minus 130, minus 140, minus 130 juice on Prizepicks. The best possible place you could take this is on VividPicks because they charge minus 117, so it's a little bit better of a deal than Prizepicks, but this minus 119 implied odds you're getting in a 5 or 6 pick flex is really, really solid on this prop for us here today, okay? So that will be our next pick, right? Theme of the video, we're taking pitching outs, so we just want guys that throw strikes and get to these innings quick. And then obviously it's all backed by implied odds, Vegas odds. Cal Cantrell, 16.5 pitching outs, has not cleared this the last 2 times out. He's taking on Minnesota. What am I going to talk about here? What does this guy have to offer? He just needs to throw strikes, man, right? Same thing as Stroman a bit here with a bit of a walk issue versus the lefty, so we're going to need him to dial that in a bit. But overall, it's like a 50-50 split. And once again, we're getting the minus 119 implied odds. If we were to go on over to any other sports book, we're going to have to be risking a lot more here on Cal Cantrell today. So that's all factored into the process here that I'm talking about, right? So once again, Pinnacle talked about how they're the sharpest sportsbook in the world. All these sportsbooks, minus 128 in the over, minus 132, minus 130. I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but it is really, I mean, it's the truth. That's what's going on in the process of these picks. We want to be taking props that are heavily favored on sportsbooks that we can get at minus 119 on Prizepicks. It's smart. It's going to help us win money long term. And then the last 2 it's going to be Jameson Taillon and Miles Mikolas. Miles Mikolas, unfortunately, did get bumped. Like, I'll pull up the full 6 pick flex that I got locked in here. You can see, unfortunately, I did get this. My VIP members did get this at the 15.5 line. He's now gotten bumped. So you could play the bump and hope he clears it if you'd like. My suggestion would be to play the 5 pick flex because then that way you're avoiding the bumps and you're still getting the minus 119 implied odds per individual leg in a 5 pick flex. They're both optimal, right? I talked about that at the beginning of the video. You want to play in all 5 pick and 6 pick flexes on Prizepicks, so you can play either type. So being that Mikolas got bumped, Probably avoid him, but the last one's going to be Jameson Taillon. Once again, it's just the theme of the video. There's a lot of pitching outs. Oftentimes, Prizepicks will bump these props pretty quick on the pitching outs, or they just won't even offer pitching outs with good odds. So I was very excited to lock in this. Taillon's favorite on a bunch of different sports books here today. To go over -129 on the over on Pinnacle, -130 on the over on DraftKings, -135 on MGM, all the way up to -140 on Fliff, right? Like DraftKings is a huge sports book with millions of dollars, right? Their lines are going to be pretty good. The fact that you have to risk -130 over there, they're very clearly telling us this is going to be a really solid prop to be placing on Prizepicks when you're only getting charged that -119, all right, guys? So, bunch of different things covered in this video. Hopefully a ton of value. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. I should have taught you a whole bunch of different things if you didn't know about the optimal slip types, how to profit long term. And then also I'm giving out free picks. Once again, I'm actually playing these guys. It's just a 1-unit play. So if you typically play $5, play $5. We all play different. This is the only thing I don't like showing how much I'm playing, because it's the same process that I went over at the beginning of the video. It doesn't matter the dollar amount, right? It's just people get all caught up in the dollar amount. You need to get caught up in this process that I discussed at the beginning of the video of playing the same amount of money each time, managing your bankroll, and then winning over the long term. This is what you need. This is what you need to be focused on. It could be $5, $10, $20, $100, $400. It doesn't matter. We're all 25xing our money together when we win. That's the goal. So if you'd like to hop on over in the VIP, you should do so as soon as possible if you're someone that's looking to get serious and really play this every day. I've got a bunch of members in here that play $5 a day, and they're making way more than what they pay. So there's nothing wrong with playing $5, the minimum, and just building your way up. It's not about the money at first. You got to learn everything I went over at the beginning of the video. Brick by brick, keep building your money up. And then that 5 will turn into 10, and then 20, and then 50, and then 100. And then you keep building. Everybody's starting at a different spot. If you have the money to be able to play big right away, fantastic. You could just take what I preach and be making larger amounts of money quicker. But everybody starts at a different spot. So that will be my full 6-pick flex video today. Once again, as you can see, I did lock it in. I did send it over to the VIP, so we can go ahead and pull that up on the screen just to prove like this is a 1-unit play, man. I send these in as soon as I place them. So I placed this at 8:20 a.m. You can see at the bottom there, right? And I send over to the VIP immediately. So if you're someone that's looking to get access to my plays as soon as I place them, right? So see, sent in right away. 1-unit play. If you play $5, play $5. Play $10, play $10. This isn't guaranteed to hit. I just explained my process at the beginning of the video. Right? We're playing the long game. I'm just sharing one play with you for free. And a bunch of plays. If you're someone that's not going to listen to me and just play 2 picks anyways, just pick 2 that haven't been bumped, but you're really shooting yourself in the foot by not listening and not playing all 5 and 6-pick flexes. Long term, you're really shooting yourself in the foot, man. I just do my best to help everyone out for free, and the paid is the next level. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks MLB player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.